Hello everyone, Megazip here, and welcome back to Satisfactory. Alright, I need to go check on some stuff over here. See how this production's going. Okay, might have to go empty those in a minute. I am now making these. Very nice. Good news is I might send those down to back over here and to a truck stop, so that way I can get to it. But that is for another day. Worry about that later. Just wanted to check to see if these things were producing at a decent rate, because they are needed for the phase 3 related things. So hopefully everything is working good today. I am now not only, I can't talk today. Not only am I doing 1440 on YouTube, we're now attempting 1440 on Twitch too. So hopefully the whole thing won't just blow up in my face and it'll work, everything will work like it's supposed to. But in the meantime, I didn't really get a chance to do any additional work since Wednesday, so I do have some plans for today. We are going to work on making modular frames, which are made from reinforced iron plates and rods. So that is what we're going to work towards today. And I wanted to come back here to check on a few things first. There is something else that I need to make, and maybe we'll work on that as well. And here, I'll just show you real quick. One of the things that I need, and I need a lot of, are circuit boards. And I have 3 recipes for circuit boards. One uses silica based, and the copper things there. We have one that uses plastic and deuterium, and one that uses plastic and this is the regular one. I'm looking at using this one since the plastic is not far from the deuterium. So yeah, I need to figure out how I want to do that, because we need these for a few different things. So I need them for computers. I need circuit boards for computers, and I need them for the adaptive control unit, which takes 5 per minute. So we need a lot of circuit boards. So if I need 5 and I need to make 2,500, you do some math there. A lot. Plus I need them for computers. So we're going to be finally using the plastic over here for something, because right now it's not really doing anything. So I have plenty of containers of it. So what I'll have to do is where I've got it positioned. I'm going to run up here rather than drive up here. Where I've got it positioned in the building here is it's over on this side over here. And what's good about it is I can flatten all this out, get rid of all of this here, and set up either a rail or a road setup with a truck stop, and be able to get both, because I actually need rubber for a different one. So either way, we'll be able to utilize all of the material over here to make stuff. So that's cool. And so we have plenty of space right here to kind of lay that out. Again, I don't have the roads in place yet. Probably going to work on that over the weekend, especially when I have to have things brought over to where I'm going to be working. Now, the truck stops are cool and all, but they don't fill up fast enough to take a full load back and forth. So yeah, I need to figure that one out, because I may have to transport them by conveyor belt from that building over to that space right over there. Because if I do truck stops, I'll have one full load, and then after that, it's going to be trickles, and I'm just going to use up a lot of fuel. I could do it with a train, but we're not talking about a long distance here, so I don't know if that would even be worth the time. Although it could pick up that, drop it off, but also pick up concrete and all that too. So I have to work all that out in my head here. In the meantime, this is our iron. Currently, this is the iron node I thought about using to make the modular frames, but I don't. Is it going to be enough? I guess is the real question, because I have to make a lot. This guy out of here. Is it going to be enough, or do I have another node over here that I could tap off of? I don't think so. I don't think there's any other nodes over here that I could tap off of. I mean, right. The other one's over there. There's one way over there. So this is where I thought about doing it, but there is another node over that way if I really want to get to a pure node. So I have a few choices. So I can do it here with a normal node. I'll be running a Mark II. But I kind of want to produce a lot, so I don't think it's going to work for me. I'm going to have a use for that one at some point, but I don't know if it's going to be useful enough. So I want to go down a little bit and see if I can find it farther down. Just kind of follow the terrain here since I don't have a road in place. I believe I have a node somewhere over this way that we can build a factory off of, and I've got, you know, we can bring the power down this way, even though I don't have all of the power stuff in place yet. So we can bring more power down. Let's go up here. I am going to have to scout some locations anyway. Specifically, oh, that's a copper node. Oh, here we go. Let's see what we got here. Is this a pure node? It is a pure node. And we have concrete over here. Look at that, or limestone. Look at that. Nice. Now, the good news is, if there's copper over here, then this means I don't have to use the iron wire recipe. I can just use the copper recipe. Let's see if there's anything up there. There's another node over there. That one's got those stupid bug things on it. Go over here. Ethereum. Very nice. So I didn't really scout over this way too much. At least not up here. So we've got one here, and this is a normal node, which I don't need it to be anything more than a normal node anyway. So the only thing I need to be a pure node really is the iron node. Oh, look at that. I didn't even know there was one of those over here. Look at that. What do you know? Potential hard drive. We like potential hard drives, don't we? Okay. So I don't know if my Twitch is fired up right now, so if somebody could check, that would be great. Because it acts like it is, but I don't, since it's not my main canvas, I can't tell. Because normally I would see chat, and I don't, and like from Stream Elements or something, and I don't see any of it. If it's not, then today will just be a YouTube stream, so not a big deal. Again, you know, just trying things out here. Let's use more stuff here. Pipes. What do we got over here? More reinforced iron plates. It's like a good set of supplies. All right, what do I need? 100 megawatts of power. Of course I do. Of course I do. Because, you know. Okay. So I need 4 of these things. Okay. Of course, I don't want to use my green stuff, so let's just use this. Grass. Grass here. Grass. Little wood. Okay. There we go.
Surface genetic sampling indicates this freighter may have come from a planet run by apes.
Love it. Suggested it was a planet ran by apes. I love it. That's funny. Ada is such a card. Alright, how much of that was in the container? Anything I can part with? Not really. Not really. No, can't take it. And like I said, I don't think there's anything in here that I really want to part with. Maybe these pipes. So probably take the rods. Get rid of that. And get rid of that. There we go. Anyway, so where was I? Okay. Just a baby bit of scouting. Okay. So we have some potential spots here. So we have an iron. Was it over here? So I have iron here, and we also have that there. So let me take care of these real quick. Love our bugs. Okay, And it is a pure node, so there we go. We have pure node status. Very nice. All right. So let me just check a few things here. Make sure everything is in the up and up. And no, the Twitch one did not launch. So I'm only on YouTube today, apparently. Yeah. So I'll have to go back and fix that, I suppose. Wah, wah, wah. It's all right. So far, so good. Okay. So at least we have this working. So I guess no Twitch stream today. That's fine. Okay, so we have copper here. We have iron over there. We have plenty of space here. What do you think? Should we build a bunch of that stuff over here? I mean, I don't technically need this here. I can do pretty much all of it with that. The pure node. Okay, so with that, let me just go right over here. And I need a workshop because I need things for that. And I might need... I don't think I have... Excuse me, I don't have that... I don't think I have that much room in storage over here. I have a little bit of room, so... This stuff I don't really need anymore. Okay. Got plenty of concrete. So it should be okay. It should be okay. Drop that in. But anyway, I guess it's a YouTube stream today. And that's okay. I mean, it's kind of not okay, but... I mean, I could try to fix it, but I don't know if it'll fix itself. Let's see. I'm going to just turn off the Twitch one. If I can. Okay. And let's switch that back to that. So we'll see if that we'll see if the Twitch one will start streaming now. Because what I have is I have this primarily set up as yeah, it did. There we go. So the Twitch one is back to normal. And not to 1440. In order for me to set it up for 1440, I'm going to have to make it the primary stream instead of YouTube. So I think that's where the problem lies. All right, so I need 2 portable miners. 1, 2. And I kind of need to figure out exactly where... Look at that. Should probably go get that while I'm thinking of it. And while I'm up there, I want to look at the landscape and sort of pick where this building's going to be. Because, you know, right now it's just going to be for modular frames, although it will make reinforced iron plates as well. Which I actually have plenty of. I was considering doing this at the starter base. To make these. You guys think I should do it there instead? I've already got most of the infrastructure over there. What do you think? But maybe we should just go over there and do it. Instead of building it way over here. You know, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll just leave that there. Let's go back and figure out where I am. Oh, down here. Okay. So we're going to go back to the starter base. I'm going to reconfigure some stuff because I'm already making some of the parts. Like I have an entire huge container full of reinforced iron plates. So it's really not much of a stretch there. I can probably get it up and running relatively quickly. Because I'm not making modular frames over there right now. I was making other things like, I mean, I've got a whole crap load of stuff being made over, or that was being made over there. Like if I need any more rotors, I know where to go. They're all over there. There are tons of rotors over there. Because I'm gonna kind of need this big space area over here anyway to make the space components. Whoops. Because once I get, I'm gonna get a building made for that, and then I'm gonna move the space elevator on top of it. So that way that stuff can be more of a direct feed. At least that's the kind of plan-ish thing that I'm thinking of in my head at the moment. So we'll go to the starter base. I'll update a few things over there, and we'll start making modular frames. And then I'll put them in the truck stop that's over there. At least for now. I could move I might move the truck stop to a different spot. So that way I have some room. I have some thoughts on how some of the logistics are going to be, so guys, I have to run over both of you. You're in the way. Okay. All right. So, as I was saying, I have reinforced iron plates being made right here, and I've got tons of them. And I've got these. These were making smart plates. Now, guess what? I do need to make smart plates. So I might use this to make smart plates too. Now, right now, I have what? I have like multiples of these making smart plates. But right now, all of the rotors are right here. And this has got screws in it. So I definitely don't need screws for anything. So, yeah, I'm going to have to stop that. But, don't need screws anymore. So don't have to worry about that part. But like I said, we've got plenty of rotors. Rotors are actually being made up there. Or, you know, you see how they're coming down here. So, yeah, so I'm making rotors there. As you can see. And this one's making rotors right here. So I got rotors being made in two different places. So what I'll probably do is continue to feed those two for smart plates. This is where I really probably need to redo this whole thing and stack it up like I kind of have over there. Um, yeah, because this is a spaghetti like no other. So I think I'm going to have to set up a second level. Here you can see this is where I'm making concrete, and it's supporting a dimensional depot. So I think I might create a second level and just build up above, because there's so much that I need to do here. So let me just sort of start with that. Let's put a big pillar here. Still need to be able to walk around, so. Hopefully that'll be tall enough. And I can still walk around, so that's good. Oh, and I guess while I'm here, I have a hard drive on me, so let's go ahead and stick it in the man, because I have a man over here. Okay. So let's get some foundations going. Sure. Go all the way up. So this might be a slight floating platform because I don't have a lot of space over here. So let's just put a ladder right here. Ladder right there. So I don't always have to use my jetpack to get anywhere. Okay, so this is more than big enough. I'm just going to kind of square this off. 10. 10. All right. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I think I'm going to take this out. Now, as I said, these two can keep funneling over. We're going to, these are all set up for making those plates, and I'm just going to send that one. Actually, what row is that running? It's running a Mark 1. Oh my. I got plenty of these things. Just gonna send that over and let it go ahead and just make these. So these two will be making smart plating. So they only feed 3 per minute, so I can pull as much reinforced iron plates as I need to. And there should be enough coming off of that to support both of those. Smart plates will just be added to. They should theoretically be going into. I don't want them going into. Okay, so they're going into there. Yeah, so they're going to go into this container right up here. So they'll be sitting in that. This one is empty. I'm not worried about that. I'm going to take this off the truck stop because I'm going to move this truck stop. I'm going to probably put it somewhere else because we're going to have multiple truck stops over here. Or I'll bring a train in and we'll have multiple things feeding. In the meantime, though, I want to send those reinforced iron plates upstairs. So what I'll do is I'll put in a wall here. And we're going to feed, what is this feeding at? A Mark 1 speed. What's the output of this? 14. Yeah, we're going to drain most of this. So I'm going to send it upstairs, and we'll just use its own and send it a Mark II. Can't see too good. And there. So we'll have plenty of reinforced iron plates going up here. Going in right there. And let's start by placing some assemblies. Now for modular frames, I also need iron rods. So I can feed 3 per. So I think we can do at least 3, 6. We're gonna make a lot. All right, so I have rods going right there, and yeah, that thing's gonna be. If remember, how much is this thing outputting? I don't remember. All right, so this is outputting at a rate that can handle those two, because those two are 3s, so 6 and 6. So what I might do is take the rotors from here and send I could send them over there too if I need to, and take the rods from this and send them over there, and then I should have enough rods, and I just won't run this one. So let me shut this one down, and we'll take this, which is a Mark III belt. And we'll say, set that to there. Okay. Gonna continue our spaghettiness here, because this whole thing, I don't want to have to tear the whole thing down to rebuild it. We're just gonna send it all up there, and it looks like it's gonna go a little bit disrupted with the wire there, but it's fine. All right, so let's see. That can go into there, so we can take this, and I can send that. Oh, that's a splitter, not a joiner. Okay. Let's see. Put a merger right there. Hey, how are you? Welcome back to the stream. There. That should give him plenty of those for a while. Keep those 2 running. All right. All right, so how many rods do I need? I need 12 per. So 12, 24. Yeah, we should have enough. Hopefully have enough. I don't remember exactly how many I'm producing, but it's quite a bit. Well, actually, I can tell you how many I was producing. Let me look at this real quick. We were trying to do at least 20 per minute, which isn't enough. But I'm producing so many rods that it's more than enough. Believe it or not, it's overkill. All right, so I'm gonna put a splitter right here. I'm missing cables. Ain't that funny? I have cable, or I can make some cables. Let me just put a thing right here. A fetch. I need cables. We're going to have to bring power over here as well, which we'll do after we get all of this hooked up. All right. So, being that this is dead center, we're going to put a splitter here. Right? The idea is I want to have enough room because it's going to feed into here first. Okay. Put another one on top. Now, this will feed into that, which then allows me to split. Okay. So we'll put another one over here. Suppose it would go in parallel, wouldn't it? And then over here as well. Hold on, I need to see. Okay. Oh, I don't think I did that one. Let's try that again. There. We're going to put it a little bit closer to there. Now, I think I need to do the same thing with that one. Oops, wrong one. Hey, El Capitan from the Twitch side of things. How are you? Yeah, I was trying to believe it or not, I was trying to set up the 1440 on Twitch, but it didn't quite work out. So, yeah. Man, oh man. We'll get there. I gotta redo everything. Not bad. Not bad. Glad it's Friday. Yeah. Yeah, I've been pretty busy all week. So. Okay, so this one will go into here. That one will go into there. This one started a save on Iowa Plains. Very nice. What do you think of that new the new DLC that they're coming out with for the year 2? I guess they're doing out what is it, alpacas now? Okay. So again, everything's making modular frames. Everything's hooked up. Looks a little spaghetti, but it's fine. Glad they're adding more content. Yeah. Very nice. Yeah. That is true. All right, so the coffee beans will be interesting. Yeah, I suppose. I mean, I haven't really been keeping up with it that much since I started playing this. But I mean, I've messed with that stuff in mods before, so not too much of a stretch there. All right, so I'm gonna put power right there, I think. Okay. And I can pull it from that one, I think. I just like that it's a mind-numbing type of game. Oh, yeah. I mean, I remember back when I first started playing Farm Sim and streaming it, right? When I first started streaming it, and this was before I played with mods and all that. Man, it was so tranquil that I fell asleep on stream while I was harvesting. So I definitely know what you mean. Okay, so everything has power. Now we just need to get said power over to said line. Just kind of going through, but I don't care because this is a starter area. It's a throwaway. All right. So now we're making modular frames at a really at the slowest crawl possible. Boy. So let's just put a merger here. Let's put a merger here. Should be putting it in front of one of these, shouldn't I? Yeah. So I don't know why I put it on the end. Should be here. Okay. Yeah, I probably should have turned that one. So that way I could feed it off of one of them. Do that real quick. Take these out. Just let it build up for a minute. We're going to take this merger. We're going to send it that way. So now we'll just do this. Send that over there. And now we can put a container over here. There. All right, so yeah, we're gonna need a lot of these, but you can see how these things don't exactly operate very fast. if I had enough of these, I would double their output, but I don't have that many summer sloops. But I think it'll be okay once it's up and running and it's, mostly producing. I could overclock these, but I would only get 4, and it would mean 24 rods and 6 reinforced iron plates. So I don't want to disrupt what I have, so I think it's fine. I think it'll work. That was one of the big things we needed to try to get made today, because we need these for heavy modular frames. So let's see what that hard drive produced for us. Another heavy modular frame one. This one uses screws. Are you fucking shitting me? Dude, I was trying to get away from screws. Which is why I have a different recipe. Which is why I have the one that takes concrete instead. Steamed copper sheets. I could see where that could possibly be useful. Alright, so now that we have heavy modular frames being produced over here, or just regular modular frames being produced, yeah, let's go over here for a second. So we have these being produced, and the heavy modular frames need, one of them needs 5 per minute. Granted, this is the one that needs screws, so... Oh, the heavy encased one needs 8 per minute. So I'm not producing... Am I producing at 8 per minute? It would mean I would be, producing just enough. Go back up here real quick. So what are we making? 2. So 2, 4, 6. I'm making exactly enough for one manufacturer to make heavy modular frames. So wow, I need to make more. That is for sure. This is just slow, honestly. And do I have enough speed to support everything? I think I have just enough speed to support what I'm making now. I don't think I'm gonna make more. I probably could. But that's not great. I am making making modular frames in another place, but I'm also using them to manufacture the frameworks that you can see in the phase 3 there. So I suppose once I'm done with the frameworks, which won't be for a while, or maybe I just have to produce more. So if I wasn't producing rotors over here, then I could easily double this. I could make way more. But it's a start, I guess. 8 per minute. It's not great. I need more than that, but not sure what else I can do at the moment. Is everything over there is actually being used to make rotors and produce the rods needed to keep this machine going. In fact, that down there is not even being operated on. So I could, right, because these things are making screws. So what I could do is, well, if these aren't moving, think out loud here. See, right now I'm getting them, you see how they're coming from this, and they're getting it from that. So since this one's not producing, I could, which is what I've done here, is I could take it and send it there and send more of them over there to reinforce that. So maybe I'll do that real quick here. Just for the Mark 1, I don't want to go... oh, that one's come... Oh, it's going the other way. Yeah. We don't need it going the other way. I need it going that way. Well, I guess I could send this upstairs and then cross it over. Because I'm not gonna... This is not gonna be fired up anymore, so let me... let's put in a merger right here. And let's put a splitter right here. Let's take a Mark II miner. Do that. Let's send up more rods. That should help feed the beast, if you will. Now, I have more rotors than I know what to do with, at least for a while, until that container is empty, and then it'll go back to normal feeding. Now, this thing is producing 14 reinforced iron plates a minute. 14. These are taking in 6. Which means I've got, what, 8-ish? Or 7, 8? Yeah, 8 per minute. What am I using up here right now? Let's see. 3. So... I'm actually using 12 out of that 14. Oh boy. But granted, I have so many in here that it'll be a while before it runs out, so I don't think I'm worried about it too much. I mean, it's draining out of here. I mean, you see how fast it's moving? I'll probably be okay for a while. I don't think it's going to be an issue. If push comes to shove, I'll get, I can always get that. How much power am I using right now? Because I haven't checked power in a while, and... Okay, so I'm at 1,600 megawatts. I still got... I'm not even close. So I've got more than enough power. Let me check inside my truck. I might have one of those things to where I can increase the output. Yeah, I could increase the output with these. So check this out. So if I come over here, if I put, so right now it makes 14. If I put one of these in there, just one, it'll jump to 21 per minute. And that is way more than I need, because if I have 12 upstairs, if I have 12 upstairs, right, and 6 down here, that's 20. So that's slightly more than that. I'm using 56 megawatts of power just for the one reinforced iron plate thing. So I think, like I said, I think I'll be okay for a little while. I don't think it's going to be an issue for quite a while. And if anything, I can always turn off the smart plating, but I kind of need the smart plating in order to make certain things. And at the same time, I can come over to these and I can pick 2 of these to double their output just by putting in one of these. Check this out. Now I make 3. So I like those, but it uses up a lot of electricity when you do that. So these are only in groups of 50. It's not like they go into huge high stacks. So I think we'll be okay for the most part. I'm not going to need the heavy modular frames for a while. But I wanted to get a good jump start on it and get it being made. So that way it stays sustainable. In the meantime, I've got smart plating that are doing the same thing. And what I want to do is I want to set up something. I just don't know what. I'm thinking about putting it out here. Somewhere out here where I don't have to come back there to get it. I just set it over here. Damn, beans are everywhere. Get out of here. But set it over here somewhere because I'm gonna need both. I need those and those over here, so I don't know if I'm gonna. This is why I'm not in a big hurry to figure this out yet. I'm either gonna have a train come over here and pick these up, or I'm gonna do it with trucks. And if I do it with the train, it will probably, well, either one will probably be temporary. I could probably set up a temporary train station to pick them up and bring them, and that way it'll bring a full stack over and drop it, you know, wherever I want it. But ideally, it'll be temporary. And that's what I'm trying to work out of my head is this will be the first time I'm actually putting in like true delivery logistics into the game. So yeah, it's kind of tough for me to think about it in those terms. But you know, like I said before, the heavily modular frames, either way, we need regular modular frames. Now, the encased industrial beams I'll be making in the steel factory. The pipes are in the steel factory, and then the concrete, because we're doing that heavy encased frame. The concrete is not going to come from here, but it's going to come from the main concrete facility. I have to deliver those over. So the next thing I guess we're going to work on is circuit boards. So circuit boards, I think we're going to do the Caterium one because I have both plastic and Caterium not far from each other. I just have to, and it makes the most circuit boards. And what I might do is just bring them to one space and have it made at that space. So instead of making them at the Caterium factory or making them at the plastic factory, I'll pick a neutral location nearby and have all of that stuff just belted over. So that's where we're going to go next, I think. Now, I'm already producing Caterium, even though I don't have... those guys are still alive, right? Yeah, so even though I don't have, like, any fancy walls set up yet, because I'm still going to be making AI limiters over there, too. So I got to bring copper over so I can do that. Yeah. Now, over there where that one iron factory is, or that one iron node is, I could still try to make those modular frames even over there. So there is that. All right. So I'm gonna need some. I gotta free up some room because I'm gonna be cutting down a lot of trees. So actually, you know what? This would be a good time to go back to the base and dump some things. I don't know why I didn't do that on the way over here. So if you guys haven't seen the new base yet, it's still under construction. That's the old base right there. It still has the main stuff in it. The new base is kind of over there where you can see that building over the water. So let me just go in there into the basement area and dump some things, and then we'll be good. Hopefully I'll get that finished this weekend too. Got a lot of gameplay to do. And I hate the fog, and if you go like that, all the fog is gone. Well, I didn't do that earlier, but... Alright, so... Those... And I think that's all. No, actually I can do those as well. That frees up a bunch of stuff. I believe I have any of that stuff over here, do I? I do have a bunch of these, so now I don't have a container set for these things, but I'm gonna go ahead and do them anyway. Hopefully I won't regret doing it because I don't really have it set up yet. So if you guys haven't seen it, I have a whole sorting system over here that's going to make stuff. So you can see it's going to be making a whole bunch of, you can see them up there, power shards. I've got plenty of fuel going into into there, so for fuel truck stuff, that'll be making fuel, but right now it's completely full. As you can tell, this container, well, actually it's not full, so I'm not sure what the holdup is. What's it waiting on? Oh, am I out of containers now? Oh, wow. I didn't realize I was out of containers. Okay. That's why I got to bring some plastic over. I got some in my truck here. And I got some in my dimensional depot. So this thing makes containers, empty containers, out of plastic, so. And let me just pull over some from there. There. So as soon as it has some containers, it'll start. But you can see I got a whole bunch of power shards right up there. So I'm going to go up there and get those. Eventually they're going to end up in a container. I just haven't got that part built out yet. Oop. Because I always need power shards. There we go. So as you can see, it's making fuel, right? So it's making a lot of this solid biofuel, and then that over there makes liquid biofuel, and then it puts it in canisters. So yeah, I've got a few things. And then this container over here is completely full. So nice little spot here. Eventually I'm going to have the truck stop set up to where I can just dump everything in and it'll actually sort it all. I just haven't put that part in yet. It kind of takes a while. Oop. I don't like about that spot is I can't see very well. All right, so now that I have much more room, I'm going to be taking out a whole bunch of trees or whatever that is over there, cacti, flatten that space out. All right. So anyway, so I got to flatten all. I've got to, you know, put some concrete stuff out here. So I'm going to take all this out, and we're going to just probably make it as, I guess, as high as this goes. Oh right, I need biofuel. I should have. It doesn't. It won't run on. It won't run on the on this stuff. This only runs on just regular biofuel. It won't run on liquid biofuel. Or does it? Trying to see, is there a... Didn't really mean to do that. Isn't there a way to tell this thing to switch to different so I don't need to switch the area modes. Yeah, I didn't really need to do that. We're going to do it again. How to switch? Does that only run on that? I thought it ran on liquid fuels too. Let me see. Is there one for fuel toggles or anything? Maybe it doesn't run on liquid fuels. I thought it did. Yeah, I thought it did. Well, I guess I'm going to have to make a little bit. I got to take all this stuff out anyway, right? I mean, yeah, I could use my grenades and, you know, my obelisks and I could destroy them. I really would rather not. Go down here to the good old workbench. I'm not going to use mycelia for this. Saving the mycelia because I still have stuff in the man that I need to unlock with it. 64 should be enough, I think, biofuel to cut all that out. I appreciate everybody coming out and hanging out with me tonight. If you're on YouTube, hit that like button if you like what you're seeing so far. We're going to got so much building that needs to be done. subscribe if you haven't already. If you're on Twitch, you know, get old follow button. Or, better yet, if you want to use some of that Bezos money, use that Prime Gaming sub or whatever the hell it's called. I can never remember. Prime, whatever it's called. And feel free. I am working on trying to get monetized on YouTube. It'll take a little while. We have to get to a certain subscriber milestone. And we have to get to so many so many hours watched, I think it is. Lots of mycelia over here. Now, I don't know how much of this I'm going to use. That's why I'm kind of clearing out a bunch of it. All right, so got a decent amount of it taken up, and I want to try to at least make it no taller than that. So as far as like doing foundation work here. That should hopefully be enough. And we'll just go the full length of the building here. Even if we don't use it all, it'll have a purpose for sure. I mean, not all of it, but at least this first initial. So we're going to be using, utilizing both the rubber and the plastic in this case. So, let's go 8. So right now, what I'm considering is maybe doing rail. I don't know. I mean, right over there is the Caterium factory. Right over there is probably where I'm going to be building this. So I suppose it can go by normal travel. So I'll need to figure out where it's going to come out at over here. Because I'm going to pull from both containers for this, not just one container. So first we're going to go in and we're going to look at where the containers are located. Okay. So here's where they're both located. One's right here. And one is right here. And I'm going to do them in the floor holes for sure. And then it's just a matter of sending them out here. But I'm going to send them out probably in one line as opposed to two. I mean, these things are outputting not very fast, so I could do that. We could do just one line. So let me put in floor holes here. I want to say that would probably work, but kind of leaning towards making it a little bit farther out, maybe. Let's see if that works. We'll utilize the Mark IIIs here. And then we'll do the same thing here. Gotta do something with this stuff, right? That was too much. Move it over. So my perspective is off. Mark III. Alright, so now we're going to go underneath. It is dark under there, so I'll have to turn on my light. Eventually I would put lights down there, except for it's a maintenance room. It didn't really need lights, per se. But we'll put the lights on anyway. And here is where we're expected. Question I have is, where is this in relation to that? Okay, it's right there. So, okay. I'm going to leave that open because that's where we're going to go. Is on that side. So, here's the other one. So, we're going to drop this down. Or at least figure out we can't go through the pipes. We have to go down. So, unfortunately, because I have too many things over here. Probably that low at least. And then we can bring it over here. Now, I'm going to bring it down, but I can send it back up. So, here, let's do this. Where that is located is simply right here. So, let's put a floor hole right there. And let's run Goes there. And then we run it right into that. Just like that. Here. We want to take this. And actually, let's take that out. Let's run it that way. Let's take the a merger. Run it like that. Take that and run it into there. Okay. So for now, that should be in a good spot. See right here, we have a direct access to it. And I'll probably still put it in a I don't know if it necessarily needs to go into a container, but at least we have it right there for when we need it. We'll do the same thing with the rubber when we're ready to work on that controller that requires the rubber component. But probably going to send it down that way somewhere. So I'm going to go ahead and get in my truck and go over there so we can build a platform to make these circuits and then bring the Caterium over as well. We'll do some kind of system where it goes through and, you know, it looks very kind of industrial like, because that is what we're going for with this playthrough. Sort of like an industrial-ish style look. And the good news on this one is I'm probably, on the Caterium, I'm only going to probably pull from one container instead of two. Because I still need to make AI limiters. So, yeah. Alright, so I want to try to make this somewhat easy to maneuver-ish. So, over here somewhere would probably be good. Again, there's like a bunch of trees and shit over here too. Yeah. Go down a little further maybe. Go by Mr. Bean here. Get out of here. We have this spot right here I think will work. Let's just take all this out. You know what? It's time to go boom. Just trying to hit that tree and it just doesn't want to go. Gone now. Okay, I think that's good enough. Yeah, I think this will work. So we'll just get us some pillars set up. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't have to be 2 tile, I don't think. Not for this. Okay, so let's figure out how far we want to go. 2 more. So it's kind of like a 7x7-ish, and then I'll expand it if I need to. I think I went 1 too far on that one, so I'll put the other bottom parts on momentarily. I wanted to create something that kind of had a decent height comparison between there and here. Yeah. And then we want to get the Caterium over here too. So, as I said, we'll be making, using the assemblies, okay? We'll be making this circuit board. So plastic, so 12 per minute on the plastic, and then 37.5 on Caterium. Now, each one of mine over there, I think, is making way more than that. So we'll be able to make a bunch of these. So just kind of go over here to the Caterium factory. We'll sort of take a look at this briefly. And then I need to get it over that direction so that way we can use it. So I've got a pure node right here, and let me see, did I overclock the pure node? I believe I did. I think I have it maxed at 270. So I'm maxing it out on a Mark IV belt. And as you can see, we have our smelters, which are running 45s. And then these are spitting out at 75 a minute. So, yeah. 75 times 3. And that's how fast one of the containers is loading. And then, yeah. So the inner container, this is the one we're going to feed off of. And the output is right here. So we're going to send it that way. So I think what we'll do in this case is like that. I have some in the container, and so we're going to send it back out, and we're going to send it over that way. We'll go ahead and put a wall here. And let's send it out right like that. We'll extend this out all the way just so it's even. But essentially we're going to take a tap off of that one and bring it right on over there. So so 1, 2. That. Right now it's going 3 high. It's probably the right speed. We are going to be sending a Mark III belt over there for now. I don't think we need to necessarily go any faster than that. Need that now. But I mean, that's running at 270, so that's quite a bit, that's quite a lot, so. So now it's going to be sitting over there, and now we'll be ready to basically build a way of getting it over to that other location. So that is really the challenge, right? Is to try to come up with the right scenario to send it down. I mean, there's so many different ways we could go about this. You know, we have the full frames like this. We can just send it down a frame. You can even send it inside of a frame. That might be an interesting way of doing it, right? Is transporting it through the frame and sending it down the line. I don't know if we necessarily need it to be that tall. Let me get up there. Dang it. Oh, why am I using that now? Wait. Why am I using that? When I've got plenty of this? Is this how I need to change it? Oh, there we go. Liquid biofuel. Oh, we don't have that priority with that one. Yeah, it's not quite this tall. So I think at some point we want to drop it down. Maybe, maybe at this point, what I'll do is, I need vehicles to be able to still drive through here since I'm working, so yeah. I'll figure out a way to make that work. But for right now, I think I'm just going to... Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. I'm just not able to do anything right now. There we go. Just stay on point for a second. Seriously? It won't let me put it won't let me put one in anywhere. One of these. I hate that when it happens. So what, I gotta put... So what do I gotta do? I gotta put a foundation down like this. Then I take this, put it like that, hold it, And then drop it down until it's right there. The things we do. I guess the real question is that too far? Invalid shape. Conveyor's too long. Okay. So let's go halfway. Maybe right there. And granted, it's not going to let me put one there. So I'm going to do the same thing again. Down a little bit. Put it in the right spot here. There, that should be the right spot. That. There we go. We got it. So I have it out of the plant. It's coming over here. And then we just got to get it over there. Okay. So now build this down. And then we can kind of determine where I want this to go from here. Maybe there. Why is this thing always got to be difficult sometimes? Okay. This is where the fun begins. Because now I got to get that down here. And I didn't do very well when I tried this in the past with another type. So we'll see how it goes this time. It might have enough range to get it to work. And maybe going over here, we don't use these frames. I don't know. We're going to figure that out. But right now, I just need to get it to go into that, which it does not want to do no matter what I do. So it can do it to that. And maybe this is what I have to do here is I have to mark it on one of these and then do it like that. And then instead of it going that, we do it that way. Which I don't know if I like that because it's going right through the power lines. So, yeah, I don't quite like that. That out. So I think I'm going to take those out. Let's be very specific here. And where I actually want it is at a different spot, so we need to go lower. So let me look at this. So if that one is going that level, then what I want to do is I want to do this level. That's what I was just doing. So it needs to go the one under it. That level. And I didn't really need to go out that far. I didn't need to go out that far. Maybe one more that way. This is a temporary setup. As we take that and we bring it down in a more subtle way. And then now we can say, okay, now we can go like that. Because now it's back inside of it again. Did I just put it right back in the same spot again? I really didn't want to have the power lines involved. I was trying to get it to go underneath that. To where it was down on this level. But you know what? Your internet connection running not so good? That's where that one goes, so This is the one I needed to run to. I'm not that fond of Spectrum. That's why I'm on Google Fiber. Oh, damn it, I had it. Really? Okay, go a little bit further then. There. So now I think we can make it work. That is now under the power lines, which is what I want. And we'll put bracing in where it needs to go when the time comes. I think this will work. As far as bringing that over there. Okay. Now we just need to... Well... Now we just need to deal with that. So let's go to here. Put in our thing. To this side. And put in our logistics conveyor pole. I'm on my phone internet. I can't get Google Fiber at my address. My Wi-Fi is completely down. Restarting my equipment. Oh, okay. Yeah, the downside of it is availability, for sure. Yeah, our neighborhood was one of the first that got it, so not the first, but one of. I should say one of the first in my area, in our city that we live in. So I actually went to downtown Kansas City first, and one of my closest friends I've known forever, he got his way before I did. Right, so that should be far enough. Back over. And I've had I guess it would be Spectrum, or I think that's what we had over here. Or no, I think we might have had Xfinity, which is not exactly any better, in my opinion, anyway. I mean, there's always the was it like AT&T or T-Mobile and run their fiber, right? Is that an option? Spectrum Mobile, I got a great deal, 60 a month for internet plus phone. It ends August. I'm going back to Verizon or AT&T once my promotion ends. Okay. Yeah, I pay 70 a month just for my internet. My cell phone is through AT&T and it's through first responders because I'm a veteran. They let regular military veterans have that discount. I can't even watch the stream on mobile internet. Well, can't get fiber to my address. Not even with AT&T. So none of the mobile companies have fiber option for you. All right, this is just an industrial design hiding the hiding this one single line. I know this is an awfully large thing to be doing it with, but we could actually run 3 lines in here if we ever had to. So, you never know what we might end up needing to do in the future. Buffer and buffer and buffer. Oh, wow. And it's actually going right into the right general area on where I want this to go. It's good. So we'll run this to the end here. That's a shame, man. Are those actually floating? All right, man. Thanks for dropping in. Sorry it didn't work for you. You can always try the Twitch side. It uses less bandwidth. I wasn't able to get the 1440 to work on Twitch for me, so there is that option instead of the tube. My phone internet has always been poor with Spectrum. All right, so don't know how far this is going to go. Oh, it definitely went way too far. All right, so we need to stop right about there, I think. And what we'll do is we'll put a wall in and have it hooked directly into that. Stupid beans. I'm up high. I'm hoping that I can take it directly here and I don't have to do any more work. Let's see. There we go. We can take that. And at least bring it in, kind of make it look fancy-ish. I could replace this with concrete, but we'll leave it like that for right now. I know it's a little disruptive, like I said. I'll come back and fix that later. Now we got to do the same thing over here. So we're going to send the plastic over. And I think what I'll do is I'll try to aim for it to go right there. So we'll aim for there. I don't know if that's where it's going to go. I'd really like it to be in the dead center, but because, you know, we're what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so 4. So ideally I would want it there instead. So I think maybe that's where I'll put it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There. And I'm going to put one up above. Well, I'm just going to put a regular one right there, I think. Because we're going to run that line along the wall, and we're going to actually have it go up to up there. So that way, because we're going to be trying to do balanced type stuff. If that makes sense at all. So I'll just sort of put that in there. Run these like that. And that's just for the logistics for right now. Alright, so with that, we're going to go back over here, and because we don't have anything set up outside, we should be able to kind of set this up however we want, right? So if the objective is center-ish, we want to get as close to that as we can, obviously. So it would probably be here. So what I think I'll do is we're going to be using the same frames. Is really just to determine if we where we want it to exit to. I suppose we could just have it exit directly and then just take it over. Like that. So what I might do is have it exit, come down here, and then go straight into it. Have our lovely little thing there. So let's just do this. And we'll sort of do that. Go 1, 2. And if I do it just right, we get a good curve. So we're going to come out of here. And I did make that the right way. Okay. Go right to there. Run that directly to it. And everything looks like it's going the right direction. So now we'll have plenty of plastic coming out and going to wherever I need it to go. Okay. This may not be exactly where it needs to go, Now that I look at it, it probably needed to be more like right there. My perception is a little off. But I've already got it set over here, so we'll take it down and we'll just, you know, weave it accordingly. And let's just sort of walk it down. Oh yeah. We'll take it to here, and then we should probably take it to here, right? Because let's go back one more, because there's a cliff right here, so this would be a good spot to drop it down, much in the same way we did over there. So. Down like that. Perfect. First things first, we'll go ahead and put the foundation over here. Put the logistics where it needs to be. Bring it on down. Aw. I had it there and I hit a button. Go. Good to me. Probably have to go to about right here-ish. Kind of the halfway point, if you will. Because under normal conditions, I would say it would probably reach, but it's better to just go ahead and okay. Put in the logistics here. Bring it down. Okay. Walk it down. Walk it down again. So yeah, we are off. I should have went this way, but it doesn't matter. Once we get it over, we'll just whoop, bring it right in there. So not a big deal. All right. So I think what we'll do is we'll kind of go out. Go out too. So I'm thinking we might go like that. this just gives me a chance to see. No, actually. Okay. So that would be the perfect one. Make sure I've got enough room there. So we take that, we bring it down. Now I can take these out. Take that one out. Oh. Oh, that's a road. Do it over here instead. Just as a stability notation there. Right? Just to make it look stable. In fact, this one could probably be replaced with something more like that. We have an inverted. Oh, we have the inverted ramp. There. It's inverted. Easy peasy. Now we just have to get up. Oh, damn it. I didn't want to do that. Still learning how to use this thing. Probably right there. That would be good. Probably put that logistics line there. Yeah, I definitely veered away from that. I suppose I could just run it straight into here. I'm gonna go to that center spot anyway. So maybe I'll just run it to here. Take this out. And then what I'm gonna do is unpaint it just so I visually know where that center spot is. We got to run them both over there. Oh, probably don't need to go any further than this, though. What happens? Where do we end up? Oh, that's good. I like that. So let's get that foundation in. Get that logistic line in. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. So we're at 10:15. We're going to go ahead and kind of get this semi situated here. kind of want to at least get it to where everything's ready. And there we are. So now we have plastic in here. We have Caterium over here. This is more or less where we want to have them feed out of. So we'll do it that way. If this is dead center, we use these wall mounts here. We'll go 1, 2. And I know that's a little bit higher than that, but that's okay. That does not affect me. So you see it's like right on those dots. So do the same logic here, it would put it right there. So that's just a matter of getting these sort of lined up. And we run the line from here to here. Now granted, this is down, and so it's got to be able to go up to that. So I could just run it directly like that. I could bring it over and do something fancy, but I think this will probably be fine. Because I mean, we would you would essentially run it like this, and then I would have to run it, you know, like that. So maybe let me look at let me see here. So it'd be like 1, 2. That would run it out from there to there. Comes up here, so 1, 2 would put it there instead of there. So it would be like that. Yeah, so just have to run it without it. Not ideally the way I would want to do it, but it's a start. So with this being the center right here, I'll just run it like this. This is the center line. And so everything will be kind of built out going other directions. So just to lay this, I don't have any blueprints or anything made here. But essentially it would be like the inputs would go in here. We would pick the this particular one. You can see it uses 37.5 quick wire per minute. We are running a Mark III, which is 240. So if we look at that, let's see, 240 divided by, let's say 38. So that means 6. So if I divide it by 6, it means I need to run 40 a minute. And I can run 3 on each side. Okay? So 40 a minute. So That means 40 here. So let's see. If I run this at 9, it's not quite. So 10 is too fast. So we want to get this under, so probably, what, 9.5? Pretty close. So, see, 707%. So it'll be funny. 106 with 3s. 4s. No. If I run 107, we get that. So it's 6 point, what, 999? Trying to get that as close to 40 as possible. Wow. Hold on, let me add another 7 in there. No? All 6s? There you go. We got it, so that means it's 40. Now, plastic, we have plastic in abundance. I'm not worried about the plastic. Because they're both actually running at the same rate. Well, it's running on a Mark 4, but I'm not producing. I'm probably producing just enough to do this. So it basically means I make just a little over 9 circuit boards a minute. And then we would need what 3 over here, and then when I would have, what, 3 more over here. I'm missing cables again. Where's my truck at? Over there. See if I have any in the truck first. And I don't have any in the truck. I've got quick wire coming out of my ass though. Which is fine. I made all that for the lights anyway. And I don't have a lot of wire left. I'm gonna need to go get some, I think. I don't need to do it now. I'm not going to be able to hook any power up to this thing right now. Just because I don't have any anything to do it with. So I'll just make what I can just so we can get those, and then we're going to wrap the stream up. We got this nice little small, like little micro space here that we can use to get everything going. There. And honestly, the rest of it is about splitting. Right, so split, split, split all the way down. Logistics. So we run splitters. Make sure that's dead center, which it is not. That is dead center. run one right next to it, just so I can do it up above instead. Put another one here. Wow, that probably should have went a little higher. So we'll go 2 up instead. And then the last one. So those will be fed in. And the speed doesn't really matter terribly much, but we'll probably at least feed it in using Mark II belts. And then that'll be fed in with a Mark III. Okay. Now, same with these. We'll go with Mark IIs from here to here. There. In fact, we'll go ahead and put those in. There we go. These guys, I don't have any more Mark II things. I should have some in my truck, though. So normally I'm carrying too much of this stuff. Huh. Interesting. Usually I'm carrying too much reinforced iron plates, and now I'm not carrying any. Okay, well, everything gets upgraded to Mark IIIs then. That's what I've already got in there, so. Oop, back up. I'll just upgrade everything to Mark IIIs. Okay. 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 All right, so here we just go up. Good, feeding in directly, that's great. Feeding in directly, that's great. Feel like Tony the Tiger. It's great! All right, so now we have everything in. We We have to get everything out. And this is where all that is going to sort of go at the moment. So I will put a container right here-ish. So let's do this. We'll put one industrial container here. One industrial container here. Actually, I want to put those really close to that end. So, just like that. That way I can send them out to wherever I gotta go. Okay, so we get almost 10, so it's not like we're getting a huge amount of these coming out of here. So with that being said, we need a merger where everything is coming in. Just like that. Just like that. Again, got plenty of Mark III stuff here. Same thing on the other side. Because believe it or not, we need these for two different things. And so having two containers where they have their own flow, we need them for computers and we need them for one of the big things that we're going to be using in conjunction with the computers. So, yeah. Okay. That. Send that in here. Honestly, that's it. All we need now is to get power over here. And that won't be too difficult. We do have power there. We could send power directly from that and send it across the line. We can send it across the line over there as well. So let's look at that. So we have this thing right here. Whoops. Anyway, let's go down here. I think we have... Do we have a power pole that's close by over here? I don't remember if I had one this close where I could get to it. I mean, all the power for those things are running into the building. I don't think I have anything exterior set up yet over here. So probably not the right one to use, but over the other one we do. We have plenty of power coming over for the other one, so we'll just kind of get the power ran down. I won't necessarily hook up the machines and get them running, but I want to at least get power ran down there. And I am low on wire, period, so yeah, we might not be able to... I gotta go back and get some... So we're probably not going to be able to finish it, but, you know, we made a good jump start. We got some more automation happening. We're going to have to figure out some logistics stuff as far as transporting, and we're eventually going to have to build the building that's going to build the components, the main, well, the two main components. The third one is already being made right now. The frameworks. So, in fact, let's check on the frameworks. It's the last item of the day. So I dump everything out of my inventory before I do this. And I go down here. To me, this is just faster than transport since it's not that far to go. Over here. We have more than enough. Take it all. Like I said, we got modular frames coming in from over here too, but we're only making enough for what we're doing here. I mean, I haven't bothered to check to see, but I don't think we're making enough to where I could really tap off of it the way I would want to. There we go. So we've got, what, over 19,000 of these produced out of 62. So yeah. Got a little ways to go before we get all of the phase 3 parts made. This is another one of those where I could have it running for, 3 or 4 days straight, trying to get all that. See, if I just come over here and go like that, it loads up so much faster. So I don't mind doing it manually like that. And I do want to check. I do have some wire over there. I might be able to get a stack of wire. I think I make more wire than I need over here. So let me just go over here real quick. So, in fact, I got a thing right here full of wire. I'm pretty sure I'm probably using more wire. Well, actually, oof. I am not. I thought it was making enough, but apparently I'm not. I have an abundance amount of it over here, though. 'Cause these things aren't taking in as many. And these are taking in 120 a minute. So maybe I need to slow this down so it's not taking so many. I mean, how, oh, this needs 100 per minute of cables. And I'm only producing 60. Why am I doing so many? So I know it doesn't make a lot of automated wiring, so. Okay, these are producing 50 each, which produces, oh, I see. This needs to be geared down to support the amount of wire I'm making. Um, 175 maybe. 70. 67. 167, not 68. Close enough. So this would actually benefit from a multiplier here, because that would produce 100. So let me go back and let me get one of those, because that would actually do what I need for that to keep the flow going. Because I have those up. I don't think I have any in here, do I? I do not. But I do have some wire, which I need. All right, we're going to wrap this up here in a second. Just get all of my shite in here. So I'm gonna go back over. I'm gonna put one of my I'm gonna put one of these summer sloops in there, so it basically makes enough wire. So right now it's only producing just shy of that many. So if I put one of those in, it now makes just shy of 100, which is right where it needs to be for that. Now, as far as the automated wiring goes, we're making quite a bit of progress there. I'm probably going to create another one. I guess I could go ahead and try to send it down here. Is this actually... didn't mean to do that. That actually can then come down to here. Because this is what I was sending it to originally. Better fuel. So we can do a Mark III belt. Actually, can we do a Mark IV here? Send it down. And what I can do is take one of these and send it that way. That work though? No, probably not. Not the way I would think it would work. Let's see, can I put one of these here? Now we can kind of do a little bit of a disruption here. Now keep in mind, I believe it goes into that one, so... Then we can do what? Run here to there. So then, what that'll give me is a double storage. So this stores is just as much, and then that'll up there. So I can let that thing run for quite a while, because we're gonna need those are components we need. So anyway, coming back up, which was the reason why I went up there in the first place, was to get more wire, so I can make more cables for myself. And so I can get some there, maybe another stack from there. So from there I can make all of the things I need for that. Right, so I could come over here if need be and make all of the cables I need because I have all the wire. So that should be good enough for me to get everything wired up on that other one. So I think that's probably going to do it. So again, I did the automated wiring, and that is going to be used not in the adaptive control unit, but in the modular and no, not that one. Yeah, it's used in the the adapter control unit. So right here, automated wiring, 5 per minute. You know, and for these we need 2500. So, you know, same math as the circuit boards essentially. Only one heavily modular frame, so we still need to be able to make those, right? And we'll get there. Hopefully, I'll have a lot of that stuff in place over the weekend. Get some kind of a road thing maybe set up, or maybe a train-ish thing set up. I'll need to get some kind of factory floor system set up over there for where all of these are going to be made, right? Because this makes one per minute, and right, I need 2,500 of them. So that's if that's basically 60 an hour. It's not, that's it's kind of slow. So I might have, I don't know, maybe 2 of these on a floor for making the adapter control unit. I'll need probably 2 of these on a floor making modular engines. But I need 12,000 of these, so this might be more like 4 of these, or 5, maybe a total of 5 of these being made. I have more than enough rubber. I actually make more smart plating than that. And the motors, I have a container full of them that I can bring in, but I'll need to manufacture more motors. Because I was actually making motors up there instead of the automated wiring. That's why that one container is right next to it, because it's completely full of motors. So I may or may not even need more motors than what's in there, but maybe I'll expand that plant over there to also start making motors. Because it won't take much, because I've got all the stators over there, right? So it just needs one of these to make it with. So so the motors are made from stators and from rotors, and I've got more than enough over there, at least of stators. The rotors I'm not sure about, but right now that's the only, I think the only recipe I have. But I'll worry about that later. All right, so that's it. I'm going to go ahead and save my work. So what we did is what, circuit boards. So I'll say circuit boards. Circuit and, or what was this? Maybe do it like this: circuit board and modular frames. There we go, because we did 2 different ones there. So again, I appreciate everybody coming out, hanging out with me. I know we had a little bit of an issue with Twitch in the beginning, because I was trying to make it work with the setup I have for YouTube, and it wasn't quite there. So I may have to switch profiles, maybe make a few changes, and reverse this so I can try the 1440 over there too. And then still run what I'm running on YouTube over here. But at any rate, if you guys like the stream, don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment. You know, let me know what you think of the progress so far. this is that middle ground stage where there's just a lot of things going on, a lot of productions being built. I got to get infrastructure in place, things that I probably could have done earlier, and just hadn't done yet because I was too busy trying to do too many other things. But we're gonna get some roads in. We're gonna get some train in of some kind, and I'm gonna make it work, and kind of go from there. I might just put a small train system in place, and I mean it'll be small in scale compared to the entire map, but it'll still be large, and I'll probably just run one train, and maybe one train, and, 2 different stops, and from there the stuff just gets transported over to the destinations where they need to go. That's probably how I'm going to do it. So there'll be multiple truck stops. Ideally, what I want is I want a train, like a large train depot in maybe three different regions, and then it'll be fed into a warehouse, and then the warehouse is what feeds the trucks. The trucks take the roads and do a lot of the main deliveries. And that way we can keep the flow of materials going, much like in real life. But that's kind of where my brain's at. So maybe I'm not going to say I'm going to do that over the weekend, but I might get something sort of like that. I still have to create multiple, or like a multi-tier building to handle all of the main parts that we've got to make, the computers, the heavy modular frames, all of the stuff that has to go, the space elevator. So definitely a lot of stuff to do. So have a safe weekend. Stay out of the sun if you can. And we'll see you Monday.